The Cowboys Report is live 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays and during our watch parties, which for this week is Sunday Night Football. We're about to get into our live mailbag. The only way to get on the show for the live mailbag is to watch during the live show. Duh, right? So make sure you're subscribed, hit that big red button, and join the #1 Cowboys YouTube channel out there. From Braxton Nealon, first round Shaun Wade, second round Cisco. I'll tell you what, I'm in. Now, I haven't finished my Cisco evaluation, although I can do it at any point because his year's over. Cisco suffered I don't remember what injury it was, but it was a lower body injury. I'll go double check here in a second. But he plays for Syracuse, the safety Syracuse, for Cisco. Ohio State cornerback Shaun Wade, my bad. I would like to get Wade and Cisco because Cisco gives you a rangy, impact-free safety. He's very good. Like, he makes a ton of plays on the football. If you're looking for takeaways out of your safety, Cisco is that guy. He was a preseason All-American. He racks up so many interceptions. It feels awesome. It obviously has a lower body injury. I think it might have been a knee or an ankle or something, but his year's over. If you can get him in round 2, I'm on board with that decision. From TNC Gaming, best cornerback in the draft. Good question. Guys we've mentioned so far. Shaun Wade out of Ohio State, Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech, and then I think Patrick Surtain out of Alabama. Now, I'm not sure how that order shakes out because there's still a good season left for 2 of those guys, but they're both worthy of early round 1 picks as far as I'm concerned. ApexTehDragon, some more draft questions here. Assuming we get a top 5 pick and they're available, should we draft Surtain, Rousseau, Parsons, or Sewell? That's a good question. The answer here is trade down like 4 or 5 spots and take the dude who's left. I think that's the best path for the Cowboys because Surtain might actually be my vote, or at least I'll say top corner as the replacement there. I like Gregory Rousseau, but he and Parsons both will have not played this season. That's concerning for me. And by the way, Micah Parsons reminds me a little bit too much of Jaylon Smith in terms of his coverage ability. I would be fine with Penei Sewell. I think he is an instant impact player at left tackle, play him at guard if you needed to as well. I wouldn't mind Sewell, but I think trade down legitimately is going to be your best path. From Wesley Affard, Earl Thomas, drink. Thanks, buddy. Elijah Williams, what should our pick look like in the draft if we lose, or should I say win? SMH. You just go with the best defensive players available. I think that's the best route for the Cowboys. You have so many needs on defense. Whatever defensive player you can get is probably going to help you. I'm just going to pronounce this quick. I don't know how to say the X in there. Why not trade for Stephon Gilmore since he's in trade rumors? Look, we just mentioned Stephon Gilmore in case you missed it earlier. I would explore it. I don't think Gilmore's going to go cheap. I don't think you're going to get the reigning defensive player of the year for a day 3 pick. I think the Patriots are probably going to be getting first-round value for him. And he would help you in a big way. But I cannot trade my first-round pick. If they want the second, I'm in. But I got to keep that first-round pick. It might be top 5. I cannot trade that away. From Family Kendrick, who do we fire first, Mike Nolan or Mike McCarthy? I mean, pretty easily Mike Nolan. Like, you never fire, for a first-year head coach, you always fire the assistant first as the scapegoat. There's no way that they end up with firing Mike Nolan, or firing McCarthy over Mike Nolan first. Like, Nolan has to be the first guy fired. Maybe as soon as after this week. So predict the score for me. Cowboys versus Eagles, and we asked this earlier, and there were a lot of people picking the Eagles. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So get your votes in here. In case you get that ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down and let me know what you think the score will be. Don't forget to put in the team that wins, because otherwise random numbers don't mean anything to me. Sorry. Armando Quintana, random thought, but why not move Jaylon back to the linebacker spot he had his best season at? Well, because he played that spot last year and still played at a decent amount this year. And if we're being honest, the true difference between a Mike and a weak side linebacker isn't that much. it's not a position thing as far as I am concerned, Jaylon Smith. It is a confidence thing. It is a eyesight thing. It is a being able to properly read what the offense is doing, and he's just not good at that. I think teams kind of figured him out, and he hasn't really recovered since. From Joey, teams I should root for to win so we get a worse draft pick. Fantastic question, my friend. Number one, the NFC East. Root for the Eagles to win. Root for Washington. Root for New York. You can root for the Jets, but they're not going to win football games. Jacksonville, I think in particular, the teams you want to win games. Jacksonville, Atlanta, both New York teams, of course, the Jets we just mentioned, Minnesota. And I think Washington in there too, and because at that point, those teams I just mentioned, they need quarterbacks. Ideally, you end up with a top 5 pick. Jacksonville's sitting there at number 7, and they go, hey, we have all these picks. Let's do a trade. We need insert quarterback here. You trade down, and you get a haul, and you still get an impact defensive player. From Joshua Parker, what about trading Joe Looney and Joe Thomas? I mean, sure, if you can get something for them, I'm fine with that. I don't know what you're going to get. Like, at this point, your O-line is so decimated, you might just want to keep Looney to survive the season, because I think you'd get maybe a 7th rounder. Joe Thomas, kind of the same boat there. I'd shop them. I just don't know what you're going to get in exchange for them, because they're just not that good. They're fine pieces, but they're not going to change the course of a different team's season. So at that point, they're not going to give up much for them. We do have a deal for you guys. It's our sportsbook partner, BetUS, chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code you see on screen, Cowboys125. That will get you a 125% deposit bonus. From Stinky Cheese, should the Cowboys embrace the youth movement? Yeah, they should, because playing old guys does you nothing. Play your first-year guys. Play Bradley and I. You're, of course, going to play DiNucci. Keep playing McGovern and B-Edition and Sewell. And you know what? Why not just throw in a Reggie Robinson? See what he can do. That way, you at least know what you have a little bit more with your young players. Get them some reps. The season's over. Treat it like the preseason, where you want to give those young guys some experience. TNC Gaming, what would a haul look like? I mean, I think you're looking, again, it depends on how far down you go. But if you're, say, picking at 3 and you want to move down to 7 or 8, I mean, I think you could get a potential day 2 pick this year and a future first-round pick. Or if you trade with Jacksonville, Jacksonville's got 2 first-rounders. The Jets have 2 first-rounders in the event in some way that they don't get the number 1 overall pick. So you're looking for a haul here. Dolphins have 2 firsts as well, but I don't know if they're going to try and move up this year. But I think that value is what you're looking for. You're looking for extra draft picks in what in reality is an imperfect process that will result in you missing on plenty.